Today on Suncoast View, a new hotel destination is coming to the Suncoast, but the location might surprise you. We'll discuss.
Carving up a jack-o'-lantern doesn't have to be messy or complicated. We'll show you how to make fun pumpkins on a budget.
And we head out to a good old-fashioned hootenanny. What's a hootenanny? We'll find out when Linda visits Old Nyack. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday. Yes, there's a lot of good fun happening today. We want to welcome our two guest hosts today. We have local mom blogger Lisa O'Driscoll of FunMoneyMom.com.
Thank you.
We have seen you many times, and we're very happy to have you up here as a guest host today.
Well, it's exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, and so, all right, Fun Money Mom, let's talk a little bit about when did you get started? We've worked with you for maybe a year and a half, but you've been doing this since before then.
Right. We moved to Florida about 4.5 years ago, and I quit my job. I was a teacher before that. And then I found out without a job, I didn't have anything to do. So I had a glass of wine one night and then a second glass of wine. I'm like, I'm going to start a blog. And it just started. And this year, or this month, actually marks 4 years that I started my blog.
Wow, great
and I had no idea it would turn into this.
We love your ideas. I take them
Thank
home
you.
and do with them with my grandchildren. So I have a good time after you're gone.
Yes,
Awesome.
well, you
Thank
certainly
you.
made a good decision. Good ideas come out over wine, and we're
do.
going to learn how to decorate pumpkins in a very fun and unusual way a little later on. So we're glad you're with us.
Great,
and you are next to one of our favorite guest hosts, Jeffrey Kidd,
What?
the artistic director of the Players.
I thought you were going to just zip right over me.
Oh, no, never. We never
Hi.
could. We're thrilled that you're here. And
Thank you.
This is hot on the tail of some exciting news at the Players.
Our property has been sold. It is a done deal. And the big news is we've signed a 2-year lease. So we are going to finish out this year, and then we'll have another year. So our 90th season will be the last season, but it'll be right in our current location before we're moving out to our new property at Fruitville and 75.
What a relief, because nothing could go forward
Until we did that. I know.
Yes.
We were like trudging along, making sure everything went right. And you know, the course of true love never did run smooth, but
Or selling a house
great-
or a
It's true. Same
lot.
thing if you're selling your home, and
Yes.
you cannot do anything until your current space sells.
yeah, exactly right. But we've been doing lots of work and obviously lots of theater, so it's all good.
Oh, that's great.
Good juju, good
That's
vibes, good things.
That's got to feel good for you, I know. And especially as we're looking at the renderings of where you are going in
Yes.
Lakewood Ranch, and I know we're very excited for you to open up the new space. And it's nice for some of the people that have a lot of memories at your current building to be able to have a little bit more time to say goodbye, to celebrate the
Exactly.
90th year, really give it the send-off that it deserves.
And we
Take
have
lots of pictures.
We have lots of things planned. We have lots of events planned, and people can buy pieces of our theater, and we're selling them as
that'd be great fun.
as we go on for the next couple of years.
Well, that's actually a perfect segue into you have a costume sale, and no better time for a theater to be selling some of their costumes than the month of Halloween.
yes, exactly
so
right.
What are a few things that you have in stock?
If you can imagine, in the last 45 years, the shows that we've done, we're pulling everything down that's not part of a specific show, and it is for sale. So there's pirates and wedding dresses, and there's prom dresses, and there's everything.
This is
I wanna come
fantastic.
shopping.
And
Yes.
there's hats,
Yeah,
and
me
there's
too.
skirts, and there's men's jackets, and there's all sorts of things happening. It is going to be it's like cleaning out your closet, but in a really, really super fun way.
That's
yeah, and
awesome.
a great Halloween decoration, too.
Exactly. Just you can put a tie on and become anything you want.
Well, that's
You
October.
would have to bring this up, Jeffrey.
Well, we're going
You
to
would
get
have
there
to
in just a
mention that.
second, but that is October 12th and 13th at the Players. You
Yes.
can go to their website for more information. And I think people should know that sometimes when you pull in wedding dresses or things for your shows, you do get them from consignment stores, so you could actually end up with some really beautiful vintage pieces.
We have a lot of vintage pieces actually, because sometimes they get donated to us and we can't put them into shows. Those are going to be for sale.
So it's definitely something to check out, especially if you're still on the fence about what you want to be for Halloween. So good stuff. We're all going to learn a little more about what's happening at the Players. There's more things coming up. But
Or
first,
if you want to get married or not, you can buy one of those wedding dresses just in case.
at least for the picture. Well, we want to say a big welcome back in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen today to our very own Chef Judy. Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you
Whoa.
guys, like since July, I've been bugging you. It's almost pumpkin season. I'm like, some people get excited about December. I'm kind of more the October because it's just straight food.
Yes.
And we have some really great pumpkin desserts, from cream cheese, pumpkin glazed donuts, and unbelievable pumpkin salted caramel cake. Jeffrey's actually counting because I think he's trying to figure out how many things he could possibly
I'm gonna
try.
eat that. I'm gonna eat that.
Well, you're going to have to divide that number by 5 because there's going to be 5 of us in there.
And then the crew is going to be like this too.
Oh,
I
how
got y'all
great.
covered.
And I know you always do such a great job of picking a nice, diverse group. So even if you don't think you like pumpkin, I bet you will by the end of the show.
If you don't like pumpkin, don't be calling me.
Well, we cannot wait to join you a little later on
Thank you, Joey.
in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen. All right, you might notice, you might be seeing pink today, and there is a very good reason. Today is actually Mean Girls Day. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is based on the film that Tina Fey made, the Mean Girls film with Lindsay Lohan. We have a little clip that explains why pink is such an important part of the movie. Let's take a look.
Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, it's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow. On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
On Wednesdays, they wear pink. So this movie, I think, really did such a great job. Toward the end, I think it was 99, maybe it came out. They did a beautiful job of kind of capturing the social maneuvers in high school for teenagers, not just for teenage girls, for everybody. And obviously, Mean Girls has turned into a pop culture phenomenon and now is a Broadway musical. A hit Broadway musical.
Show tunes.
Yes. So people have celebrated Wednesdays We Wear Pink, and specifically, it falls on October 3rd, which is a Wednesday. October 3rd plays very heavily into the movie as well, as Lindsay Lohan has a crush on the boy who sits in front of her in her class. The one time they speak in the beginning, he asks what day it is, and she says it's October 3rd. She basically writes that in her diary. It's a big milestone for her. So the fact that Mean Girls Day is on a Wednesday brings it all together.
And then you were mean girls to us and said you have to wear pink tomorrow, and then somebody forgot.
Well,
Who would that be?
Linda, that person actually improvised very well, I have to say.
Yeah, well, Joey walked by me and didn't even say you forgot to wear pink. Jeffrey, of course, pointed it out immediately. But I went shopping in this great place we have called the men's dressing room
Yes.
and found this lovely pink tie. And Jeffrey was in there, so I asked him to tie it. And then he got really nervous because the door was shut. So we had to open the door so everybody could see that nothing was going on except
I'm very
the tie being
very
tied.
human resources
Yes, that's right.
efficient.
Yes,
That's right.
yes, yes.
Well, if later on you see Scott Dennis or Bob Harrigan or John Scalzi without a tie, it might be because Linda stole it.
Or they'll be wearing this later on.
Yes.
So watch for this tie on the weather or on the news.
I love that. That's a good idea.
So if you don't understand the Wednesday and pink phenomenon, now you have
Now
a better
you do.
idea. And I'm pretty sure in seasons to come, we will probably see Mean Girls the musical on stage, maybe at the Players.
I'll bet
I
you we
can't
will.
Yes. So, all right, a fun way to kind of kick off the middle of the week. So it is time for our first hot topic. And the latest resort destination on the Suncoast could be our world-renowned Sports Academy. The finishing touches are being made on the IMG Academy Hotel, set to open on October 11th. The $13 million hotel is open to IMG guests and anyone else who wants to visit the Suncoast. They have King Deluxe, Standard, and Double rooms. They offer meeting space and a ballroom, even an American cuisine restaurant. The hotel is currently taking reservations. I have to say, I feel like this is a very smart business move on IMG's part.
Why?
Oh, yes.
Because the number of people they bring into the Suncoast, and now they can offer them a place to stay, a place to eat, a place to have recreation. I think it's brilliant.
Oh, I do too. And they have the stars of tomorrow there and the stars of today. I mean, NFL players come and train there so that they'll get more when they go into the
So are you
draft.
usually to go and hang out at the pool?
I'll have to go get a bikini first, but yeah, that might happen.
I like that.
Well, if you've driven past there in that area, you realize that it's really just homes and then fields. So there's not a lot there. So I guess it makes sense that they're going to help provide a place for their people to stay, I guess.
I think that's a great idea.
Look at Ringling College did a very similar move, not necessarily in buying a hotel, but in cleaning up a stretch of 41 North from the airport to the
Right,
hotel,
right.
because I think they realize when you're a school, you're trying to woo the students, you know, the star students, and if there's nothing around you that's helping you to woo the area,
Right.
then you create it. Lisa, I know you've gone to Legoland Resort and
Yes.
to Disney and stuff a lot as a blogger, and they they've done the same thing, haven't they? They try to put you in their space.
Yes, and it makes it so easy. And first of all, they give you incentives as well, like you can get into the parks early and things like that. But you're right there. You can usually ride their transportation. I love staying on property because it makes life easy, especially if you're with your kids. So yes, we do that a lot.
And you can't control, if I'm IMG, I can't control what type of service you get at a hotel in the area or a restaurant in the area or something. So, I mean, it's a good way to just keep the money coming into their pocket.
So are they running it, or is it run by a chain or something?
It's their property, so I believe they're running it. And I'll have to check on that. But I think I love the idea. I think we might see more universities and schools doing this all over. Well, an announcement this morning has everyone saying the toys are back in town. That's right, Toys R Us could be making its triumphant return. They are canceling their bankruptcy auction and exploring options to revive the brand. The last of its stores closed this past June. So do you think this could be a nice revival? Could it help them in success?
Oh, yes. That's one of my favorite places. I take my grandkids there. We go shopping a lot of times and write lists of our favorite things. And you don't really have to, okay, maybe this is the key. You don't really have to buy them. They just have such fun looking. I'm so glad it's back.
So am I. I am too, because it was kind of a destination for us. You know, the kids would love to go to Toys R Us and walk around and just look at everything, and they usually had stuff you can play with. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Jeffrey.
But if it didn't work the first time, what makes them think it's going to work this time?
That's a fair question. That is a fair question.
How are they rebranding or
Maybe they were in big debt and they had to get rid of the debt with the bankruptcy, and now they're free and clear.
I think Linda might be onto something. I also think, you know, we see this sometimes here on the Suncoast. A restaurant or store closes, and all of a sudden this huge nostalgia comes out. No, I didn't want them to close. Video Renaissance. We all saw this with them. The minute something is announced that it's closing, everyone comes out to support it.
We've gotten that at the Players. We can't believe you're leaving. And then we're like, when's the last time you've been here? And they'll be like, oh, it's been 15 years. It's like, well, you're right, we're leaving.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, so maybe that resurgence will help.
It could have turned out to be a good business move. Maybe not intentional, but it could turn out in their favor.
Yes.
I'm sure
there
somebody
are
knows.
improvements they can make.
I'm sure somebody knows what they're doing.
Yes, I hope so. We hope so at least this time around.
I'm not sure I believe that anymore.
I hope, I pray.
Linda wants to take the grandkids there, but not necessarily have to buy them everything, which I think is brilliant.
Part of the problem.
All right, now they say never let anything get in your way of your gains, not even air travel. Well, that's what the guy in this next story thought, and it made for a miserable flight for everyone around him. An American Airlines flight from Phoenix to Boston was diverted after a man who appeared intoxicated was doing pull-ups on the overhead bag bins. He was standing around, not moving, when a passenger tried to move past him and sarcastically asked, "Are you going to start doing pull-ups or something?" Well, our drunk friend took that as a challenge and caused so much trouble with his behavior and his workout that the flight was grounded to bring in authorities to remove the man from the flight. All right, maybe not to the extent of pull-ups, but have you seen that one passenger who cannot wait to get their yoga routine started, so they start stretching down the aisles? Have you experienced this?
I have seen that.
Well, you do realize that they suggest, like in the world of travel, that you get up and move, because part of the problem with travel and fatigue is the fact that you aren't moving and that you're sitting still for so many hours.
But they don't say hang from the ceiling.
They do not say hang from the ceiling, and I try to not do that as much as possible. But I mean, in some ways good for him, but then the other ways you can't imagine that that's going to be good for the passenger that's right there and that he's pulling up.
That's a little
Your
excess.
space ends right here, and you cannot go into other people's space.
I also don't know if I trust those bins to hold the weight of someone who's doing pull-ups.
And you're not supposed to exercise when you're on vacation anyway. Isn't that a rule? That's my rule.
There you go.
That's not a rule.
He took it to the extreme. All right, well, it is time for our mid-morning forecast, and when we come back, we're going to learn how to beat distractions and mental block with an expert.
This morning's satellite view across the state of Florida shows we are in for plenty of sunshine today. Just no large-scale cloud masses coming our way. We have some clouds out in the Gulf, but that's no issue for us. Over on the other coast, a few scattered showers will begin to build, but this big ridge of high pressure provides us once again today with an easterly wind flow. That easterly wind flow is going to be consistent through the weekend. The only question is how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Today, less than yesterday, so consequently the showers that form along the other coast and are pushed in this direction toward the Gulf waters will be fewer in number, and consequently our rain chances down just a little bit. So mostly sunny skies to start the afternoon. Warm again today. In fact, we could get very close to our record high of 92. And a few afternoon showers are certainly possible later in the day, but really only about a 20% chance of that. So the forecast shaping up with lots of sunshine in the forecast, building afternoon clouds, mostly in inland areas, and a rain chance of about 20% between 3 and 5.
Writer's block can affect even the most experienced author. The ideas are in your head, but you just can't seem to get them on the paper. Whether it's preventing you from writing the next great American novel, or if you just need a boost to express yourself, there are ways to get unstuck. Dr. Vijay Ram is an award-winning cognitive scientist, Harvard speaker, best-selling author of the book Clarity on Demand, and the developer of the Ramic Clarity Process. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So writer's block, let's talk first. What is it and how common is it?
It's very common. It's any time you have a creative block when you're trying to come up with new ideas. And of course, we typically want to write them down. So writer's block is any mental impediment to writing. But the good news is that there's some really easy ways to deal with it. And they fall into 3 simple categories. And the first category is stimulation. So one of the easiest ways to stimulate your mind is to change locations. Someplace that's interesting, someplace that you're not as familiar with, or where the vibe is constantly changing. So, for example, Steven Spielberg says he gets some of his best ideas when he takes drives on the freeway. Director Christopher Nolan says he will take walks to stave off writer's block. It's energizing, it's stimulating, and most of all, it changes your frame of mind.
This is nice because I know a lot of people will have a dedicated space that they go to, and what you're saying is sometimes getting out of that space can change and get the ideas moving.
Exactly, exactly. And in fact, exercise is another stimulation technique. So it's great for clearing the mind, especially when stress is behind writer's block. So Prince Harry and Khloe Kardashian are both big proponents of the mental benefits of exercise. It creates endorphins, which makes you feel good. It gives your mind a refresh. And many people say they get their best ideas when they exercise.
And that's probably one of the last things that people would think to do is to exercise, but it does. It creates a chemical change that can help trigger the brain.
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
So another category is simplification, simplifying the task. And one of the best ways to do that, one of the easiest ways to do that, is to simply stop trying to do it so well. So this works great for perfectionists. President Barack Obama says, stop obsessing, just get started, then it gets easier. And the late poet Maya Angelou said, she will write the most boring, awful lines, but then the good stuff would come. So the main idea is to just start getting words onto paper. And as Obama says, it's a lot less intimidating when you're not staring at a blank page.
In that same vein of suggesting that we simplify, do you think sometimes some of us are too hard on ourselves, or we're trying to edit as we write, which is why we're having a hard time getting it all written?
All the time.
Yes. So it's going simpler. We can always edit later.
Absolutely, yes, you can.
All right.
And so the third and final category is dealing with the block itself. And one of the best and most powerful ways to do that is to express how you're feeling, express the block itself. So this can work, it's really great because it can work with some of the toughest cases of writer's block. Eminem and Gwen Stefani both recently dealt with years of writer's block, and they both overcame it by describing what they were going through. So Eminem did it with writing the song Talking to Myself, and he talked about falling asleep from writer's block in the parking lot of McDonald's. And Gwen did it with What You Waiting For, and she talked about the pressure she was feeling and the voices in her head. And by doing this, both artists were able to open the floodgates to new material.
Wow. That's a very helpful tool. And I know sometimes again, we might not be trying to write a novel, but there might be times in our life where we have to do a business presentation or write a speech or a toast at a family event, and it can be the same principles.
Yes, exactly. Now, one key thing about expression, the best way to do that is actually with art. But you don't have to be an artist. So, even if you're throwing splotches of paint onto paper or you're doodling, it doesn't matter. As long as you're internally connecting with what you're doing, that's the key. And you'll start to feel better. You'll start to feel better when you do it. But if the block doesn't go away, ask yourself, what have you not said yet? What have you not expressed about the block or how you're feeling? And when you get that last piece out, your mind will get bored with the block and it will go on to new thoughts. Seeing it again and again is very powerful.
Wow. Now you say that there is one tool we all have in our homes, in our bathrooms, that can help also express writer's block. It's not the one you're thinking.
The shower. So in a recent global survey, 4,000 people, 8 countries, 72% said they get new ideas when they take showers. And 14% they said they're willing to take showers just to get new ideas. And interestingly, when they were asked what it was about the shower that was giving them new ideas, it fell into it was split into three answers. One is the tranquility of the experience. The second was the sensation of the water.
Right.
And the third was simply being alone.
Wow.
So
Great
more reasons to take showers.
Wow. Very helpful for anyone who is stuck in any way in expressing their creativity. Thank you so much, Dr. Ram.
Wow, very nice.
For more information about Dr. Ram's book, Clarity on Demand, or to learn more about the Ramic Clarity process, you can visit his website, drvjram.com. Coming up next, Linda takes us to Old Mayaca to learn what a hootenanny is. We'll be right back.
Me. Oh, come on, man. Oh, man, I love technology. Hey, yo, check out my new phone. Look at this right here. For years, the DeSoto Club has needed improvements. Join me and Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County as we raise money to build a brand new facility. It will be bigger and better, just like it was 40 years ago when I attended. Invest in kids, build great futures.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind Your Meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
The school bells ringing at the historic Mayaca Schoolhouse this weekend, just like it first rang 104 years ago. They're having a hootenanny. The Mayaca community is proud of their old schoolhouse. It is the only one-room school left on the Suncoast, and it's a symbol of their community and an important gathering place. So to preserve it, every fall, Old Mayaca throws a hootenanny. Becky explains.
First of all, you have to know, what is a hootenanny? Well, a hootenanny is a toe-tapping, knee-slapping, good old time out in the country. And this year, we have everything going on. Of course, you can come and have dinner, arts and crafts, music. Spell Mayaca. M-I-A-K-K-A, which is the correct way to spell it for this community. which started in the 1800s. The other Mayaca, the Mayaca City with the Y, they didn't come around till 1914. We had classes here until 1944, then it closed, and then in 1948, the Mayaca Community Club formed so that they could take ownership of this building.
So let's start with the school day now.
Well, it began by the ringing of the bell, which we have the rope here, and we just got the bell refurbished a few years ago. And then the children lined up in front. They pledged allegiance to the flag. They started the day with the prayer. They came in to the porch.
What do we have here?
Well, these are the two cloakrooms that the kids used when they came in.
I remember cloakrooms is where you got a paddling.
Well, Linda, I don't know about that because I was a good student, but if you say so.
I know well. I promise you that's where you went.
Each row that we have was a different class.
A different class.
One teacher controlled all the children that were in here, and the children knew that they did not even whisper. They sat at their desks, they did their work, they didn't make a sound. I think it's important to preserve our history so that we have a place. And I believe that you can't really move forward until you know the past. And as you can see, this is a gorgeous building, and it is the community that takes care of this building. It is the community that owns this building. It's like the spirit of the community. It's ours, and we take care of it, and we love it.
It's good to run into something older than I am. And the schoolhouse is. I had to think for a minute.
Yes, it is, Linda.
Well, now we know what a hootenanny is.
Oh, it's a big party with lots of music and games, and the whole community gets together. They have cakewalks. Have you ever done a cakewalk?
No.
You know, with
What
little
is a
kids.
cakewalk?
You walk around. You pay money to join. You walk around in the circle, and there are numbers. And if you stand on the number when the music stops, you get the cake.
Oh.
Some people go home with a lot of cakes, and there are rides, and there are all kind of fun things to do.
So it's a community-driven, for the community, and it's people actually talking to each other and not taking selfies all the time.
Yes, and singing and laughing. It's a great time. And it is going to be this weekend. The Old Mayaca Fall Hootenanny and Schoolhouse benefit is Sunday, October 7th on Wilson Road in Old Mayaca. Free admission and parking. Next, our Fun Money Mom shows us how to decorate a pumpkin without a knife.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. It is pumpkin season and we are excited. We have Chef Judy in the kitchen with a beautiful array of pumpkin dishes from all over the Suncoast. So,
that's right.
Judy, I know people, you know, whether they like pumpkin or not, it really isn't so much flavor of pumpkin, is it? Isn't it more of the seasonings?
Well, Joey, you're exactly right. There's something about cinnamon that is so healing. You were talking about like our best ideas in the shower. Sometimes my most soothing thoughts come when I have the aroma of nutmeg and cinnamon and allspice and maple. This year, the biggest trend with pumpkin is going to be maple, like maple glazes, things like that. So, and definitely cheesecake and pumpkin together. So not just pumpkin cheesecake, but layers of cake, layers of cheesecake, and I know, Joey, you just like, Joey, you need a cigarette right now, a prop or something. It's that, but that's all the things that make us feel good. So that's why I think I love pumpkin so much.
Well, we cannot wait to join you, and I know there's going to be no pumpkin syrup or anything fake in there. Judy's bringing us the real thing.
Deal.
Yes. Well, from pumpkins in the kitchen to pumpkin decorating. It feels like the holidays start earlier and earlier each year, and Halloween is no exception. But when you see all the amazing pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns shared online, you wonder, how could you possibly make something like that with your family? Well, luckily, our favorite mom blogger, Lisa O'Driscoll, aka Fun Money Mom, has ways to design pumpkins mess-free, without a knife and on a budget. All right, this sounds too good to be true.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I dig in with my nephews
Yes.
and sometimes, and once you start scooping out the seeds, it's like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, I refuse to give my 6-year-old a knife just yet. She's not quite ready for that. And personally, I don't like carving pumpkins because it's just hard. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And this is so easy. And I started with, I got these $1 pumpkins. So all of these are made with $1 foam pumpkins.
Oh.
Which you can get at Michael's or any craft store.
Yeah, so the kids can make as many as they want. It's super cheap. They can draw on them, paint on them.
And you've brought some really, really creative ideas, and every year you top yourself, and I love kind of the pop culture influence of some of them. So let's start with what you're having Jeffrey make.
Well, Jeffrey is going to make Jack Skellington. I mean, doesn't get much more perfect than that for Halloween,
Nightmare
right?
Before Christmas, love it.
So right. So he's going to make Jack. I made
Here's
a
what
Jack
he's
and Sally.
aiming for, yes.
Oh, and you do have Sally right
then-
next to him.
Oh,
So
I
Sally
do.
is
So
for,
this is Sally.
and if you
she's
set it right
Jack's
there, they'll be able to
girlfriend.
get a nice shot of that.
Oh,
And-
how cute.
all right, so how does Jeffrey get started?
So it's really easy. I just painted the pumpkins with white acrylic paint, and I think they put something new on them this year because I needed a couple coats, so they put some kind of shiny stuff. But
Okay.
I just put a couple coats of paint on, and this is so simple. He's just going to take a Sharpie and draw.
Oh, nice.
No
wow.
gluing, nothing.
Wow.
So there really
He's
is
stressed over there.
Yeah.
here.
Yes, I have writer's block right now.
You can do it, Jeffrey. Just start.
So while Jeffrey is working on his Jack Skellington, you have for Linda, and I think this is amazing, this unicorn decoration. I love it. I love the theme. How do we get started with the unicorn?
So the first thing you do, I painted these white also, and then I used baking clay to make the horns. Painted them gold, so you're just going to want to glue that right on top.
Glue it right here?
And use lots of glue because
So
it's
the
kind of
horn
heavy.
here is made out of baking clay?
It's made out of clay,
Okay,
yes.
great.
And it was
So it's
really
just like-
easy. I painted it gold. And then really all you do is glue on the ears, put flowers wherever you want, on the pumpkin.
Okay,
and,
have I got enough glue on there?
Yep, and you might want to put glue right on the bottom of the unicorn.
Oh, I almost put it on your finger. That would.
Oh, that's okay. I've hot glued myself many
and
times.
are these battery operated glue guns?
These are, I charge them with a USB cord. They are amazing. It's a life changer. I used to use the one with a cord, and I couldn't go far from the wall.
I know that feeling.
These are life changing if you like crafting.
Wow,
So.
that's a nice investment if you are doing enough crafts at home to make it worth it, and we certainly are with you.
Oh yeah, okay, now I've got the ears. Now how do I glue them on to the pumpkin?
You just put glue right along the bottom.
It's going to stand up? Mm-hmm. Oh, you've got more faith
and then
than I
also
do.
you're going to put flowers around it, so the flowers will kind of prop it up as well.
Okay.
And are these also obviously from a craft store?
Those are from just one of the dollar stores.
Okay.
And yeah, so you can go through those and it costs nothing. So all of these, I mean, the most expensive thing was the clay. I think that was $2.
Wow.
So these are really inexpensive.
Oh, what fun. Now we're just going to glue on flowers individually. Is that how you're gluing them on?
Yep, and if you want to look at the example
yes,
here,
I think I should.
You can
Oh,
just see
I
they
don't
kind
have
of flow down the
eyes
street.
Here we go.
Oh,
And
that's
if you
okay.
wanna
You can
see
do the
what
eyes
Linda's
last.
aspiring to. And I really love, I like how you took the flowers down the side. I'll turn this a little
one
so you
side.
can see. So it really does kind of give the mane. It's beautiful. I want to take a little walk through some of the different examples that you've made on the table, starting over at Jeffrey. I love this. If there is a Harry Potter fan in your life, this is a great one. Tell us how you made this one.
Yes, my daughter loves Harry Potter, and so this I just painted the pumpkin gold. I spray painted it, and I've learned you can't put too much spray paint on it. It kind of melts the foam.
Jeffrey, maybe you
Learned the
hold
hard
that
way.
up a little bit so we can see the wings. And this is from the game in Harry Potter.
Yes, this is the golden snitch. And so then I put hot glue. Actually, I put the hot glue around it first and then spray painted it gold, glued on some wings. I just cut the wings out of sparkly paper that I found at the craft store.
So
and now we have our golden snitch.
So clever, and it won't rot.
No, I still have the ones I brought last year.
Yes.
So I have to pull those out of my
So
drawer.
next to that, I see, is that a Hello Kitty
It
influence?
is a Hello Kitty. She's so
And tell us how,
cute.
where did you get the ingredients for this one?
So this one, I just used craft foam, and I made a hat out of it. And again, this bow is craft foam as well. I think pretty much everything on here is craft foam. The ear, and I just cut out the shapes.
Oh, that's so
and
cute.
glued
I
them
couldn't see
on.
the face.
So
And
we have the Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas and Linda's unicorn. Over here, we get a little scarier, a little more fun. Tell us about the spider one here.
well, I get a lot of my ideas just wandering through the craft store, and I went through and I saw the legs. Actually, I'd never seen giant chenille like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought those looked like spider legs.
And
so,
with the googly eyes, too.
Yep. So I've got the spider.
And this one's really clever.
Yeah.
The candy apple. How did you do this one?
Okay, so that one I just painted green, and then I painted some brown over it and used craft foam to make the nuts. And I gotta say, I was a little disappointed because I thought this was my original idea and nobody else had ever made a caramel pumpkin apple, and I found one on Pinterest like the first day. I was pinning stuff for my Halloween
It
boards,
still
and I
counts
saw
as
one.
your idea.
Yes,
and
it
then
does.
for Linda, a little glitter and bling. Well, while
Oh,
Linda
yes.
finishes her unicorn and Jeffrey finishes his Nightmare Before Christmas.
How did I do?
Fabulous.
That looks great.
And Linda's unicorn is great with beautiful
Oh, I'm
eyelashes.
so proud.
For more of Lisa's great tips and other craft ideas that you can make at home, visit funmoneymom.com. Next, how our studio piano got its tune back.
I'm very clever.
The Players Center presents the wild Broadway season opener, Annie, Get Your Gun. There's no business like show business. This slice of magical American musical theater will thrill you with the classic tunes of Irving Berlin. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Annie, Get Your Gun, September 18th through October 7th. Let's go on with the show.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. This is an ABC 7 news update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, a look at last night's tense Senate debate between incumbent Bill Nelson and Governor Rick Scott. Age and honesty were two reoccurring buzzwords last night. And we'll check on the turnout of this morning's Coffee with a Cop event being held on Main Street in downtown Sarasota. But first, let's check the forecast. And here's John Scalzi.
Yeah, major weather features in our atmosphere kind of remain unchanged today. We still have this big ridge of high pressure sitting off the Carolina coast, directing our winds out of the east, but some slightly drier air has worked its way in, so that some of the showers that build on the other coast and are driven this way by that east wind may not make it across the peninsula. Some will, but most won't. And so consequently, our rain chance today about half what it was yesterday. Still, plenty of sunshine around. That'll help boost our temperatures up to the 90s again today. We hit 92 yesterday. If we do that today, we will tie a record. Rain chance only about 20%.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans. And prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits. You get all this coverage for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas, and Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals. So call or go online today. Find out if your doctor is part of the Humana network and get your free decision guide. Discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free.
Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7.
Wait till you hear our Suncoast View piano. We've got it looking good. The Arts and Cultural Alliance of Sarasota County painted it for us, but oh, the sound. We've had some of the best musicians in the country play it on Suncoast View, and they could not hide the frowns on their faces. So we got Tom Durante, the owner of Durante's Musical Technical Services, to come in and tune it. Tom, thank you so much. Okay, I gotta ask, are you related to Jimmy Durante, the one and only famous guy?
I sure am.
Are you really?
Yes, he's my great uncle.
Your great uncle.
My great grandfather's cousin.
Oh, wow, we are so impressed. We've got to get your autograph, but first of all, how do we know if our piano needs tuning?
Well, use your ears, you know, you can listen, you basically want to get a pitch source, and I happen to have one in my pocket.
Okay.
I keep this in my pocket, it's my tuning fork.
Okay.
And so I keep it in my pocket so that it regulates to my body temperature. I've got it tuned specifically to A440. And so if I hit this with my little mallet here, you won't hear much, but let's see, let me get a good shot here.
Okay.
And then I put it on here. You can hear it very faintly. So you want, there's little apps you can get, there it goes.
Wow. Yes.
You can get a guitar tuner app and kind of check the pitch. Let me do this. And so you can see that it matches up with the note
It's tuned
there.
to A, so when you said A440, is that what you, so that is, that's that particular A.
That's that note.
Okay.
Yep, and so that's one way to check the pitch. That's how I do it. And, you know, you kind of want to just get it in tune and...
Yeah, what goes into getting it in tune,
Well,
into tuning a piano?
Yeah, when it comes time to make the adjustments, if that's, you know, when that was not sounding the way that it should,
Yeah,
you
which
have
it
to
didn't
get
at
under the
first.
hood,
Let's
so
do
to
a little
speak.
TV magic here.
All right. TV magic.
This part here.
All right. There we go.
Oh, my.
There we go.
Don't worry, it will come back together.
Yes.
Very easily.
Got it? All right.
So what we're looking at here, I guess I'll get out of the way. This is the inside, and we've got our tuning pins and our strings we can see. I didn't want to take this part off, but you can kind of see the hammers and things like that in there. So what I do when I tune, I mute off. There, you can see there's a bunch of these pins and strings. There's actually 3 strings for every note. And so I can't listen to all 3 of them at once, so I have to do one at a time. And so I put a big felt mute in there, and that lets me listen to just one at a time, and I go through, you know, very carefully and just listen to each one and kind of compare the octaves, and a couple of the different notes and see how they compare. And so if I tune by ear, which is how I learned, you kind of go through a little sequence and you get what's called the temperament in tune. And then every note has a specific place. And so it takes a lot of time and just careful adjustments and real careful listening. And it's quite a process, like going over and over again, you know, different passes to get it right.
How did it get out of tune?
Well, humidity, actually, most of all, is the important part, and moving and things like that. The humidity plays a big role on everything. If you think about it, this thing is alive, even though it's made of, you know, different parts. It's got metal, it's got wool and wood in there, and if you think about it, it breathes with the humidity. So as there's more humidity, everything soaks up and expands, and then as the humidity gets out, it kind of relaxes. And so that motion over time causes everything to go out of tune.
So once you get it in tune, is there a way to keep it that way?
Controlling the environment and controlling the amount of humidity loss and things like that. Air conditioner, some modern equipment have the humidity built into your thermostat, so a lot of the newer homes probably have that, so you can set it, you know, at 50 or 55% would be probably what I recommend to keep it at. But luckily in Florida, we're always humid. So it stays pretty regular there.
Does it hurt your piano if it's out of tune and you just let it go and let it stay out of tune?
Just your ears.
Nobody wants to play it, which is his point.
Yeah, so the couple different things, you know, the tuning, definitely you want it to be in tune. It doesn't hurt the piano, but you know, you're going to hear it. And the other part of that is the regulation. And so what I equate that to like a tune-up in your car. So there's a lot of different mechanisms, and I have a couple here to show you. These are from an upright piano. This is a brand new part here. Let me hold those. I can actually just set them here.
Oh my, you don't find these everywhere.
Yeah, so these aren't just laying around. So this is what's working, it's actually this way. What's working on the inside. And this one is from a taller piano. This is called a spinet. It's very short. And so all of the mechanisms are actually down below the keys.
If you got a piano, you need this guy.
That's right.
Thank you, Tom. That is fascinating. We're so glad you know all those answers. And you can find more on pianos and piano tuning on Tom's website, durantemt.com. We'll be right back.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American Car of the Year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke is a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips. Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, we have been having fun with Jeffrey Kinn, Artistic Director of the Players Center, and lots of fun things happening in Lakewood Ranch with the Players. Tell us what's coming up.
Well, last season we did an outdoor production of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow at the Polo Grounds, and it was so well received that we are going to make it a tradition. So we are doing it again this year, October 17th through the 20th. You get to be outdoors. There's a thing they're calling Terrytown, so it's like an outdoor harvest festival. So bobbing for apples and caramel corn and all sorts of, and then you also get a wonderful theatrical treat with a headless horseman.
Yes.
That's actually a headless horseman. So, so yeah, we're putting together a new tradition for the Lakewood Ranch area and for everyone. So, you know, it's not that far, and we want everyone to go out and have a great time.
You get to be right in the scenery.
You get to hear the galloping.
That is October 17th through the 20th. You can find more information at theplayers.org. All right, you can find us when we come back in the kitchen with Chef Judy and pumpkin dishes from around the Suncoast.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, we'll tell you why some people are protesting red tide this morning in southern Sarasota County. We have a reporter on the scene this hour in Englewood. And the FBI investigation into Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh could end as soon as today. We'll have the latest on an upcoming vote on the Senate floor. But first, here's the Wednesday forecast from John Scalzi.
Yep, northwest wind coming in today, lightly at first, but kind of picking up a little bit as we head into the afternoon and evening, east at about 15. Should bring you a moderate chop on bay and inland waters with 2 to 3 foot seas. Water temperature coming in at about 85 now. So we have slightly drier air in place that will limit the number of storms that we get later on. Yesterday we had about a 40% chance of rain, and we had a smattering of showers around. Today, we'll see about half those showers because of that drier air. Daytime highs will respond to the heating of the day, getting us up into the low 90s.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Welcome back. We're in Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Judy. Chef Judy, what have you done?
Layers and layers and layers of calories.
Whoa.
And it's all pumpkin and caramel and cream cheese. So let's go right over to Chef Ray's Creations at Madison's. Now, I have to tell you, he always comes in, which I say is the cake of the year. And here it is, and I've already ordered one for my Thanksgiving. This is a pumpkin spice torte. It's filled with salted caramel, buttercream, and it's topped with candied pecans and bourbon caramel drizzle.
Oh, these are candies?
Too pretty, though.
Isn't that? Oh, no. Trust me. In life, lots of things are pretty. You should still eat them. And you can just see from where it's cut open, I mean, it's it's gorgeous. And believe it or not, it's not too overly sweet.
That's usually one of my issues.
That was
much sugar.
I mean, it sounds like, but it really isn't. Now, coming over here, we have Sift Bakery, and Sift brought us a nice assortment of pumpkin cream cheese, and with a toffee buttercream on top. And look at this pumpkin cheesecake cake. Wow. So, like I said, very trendy. And let me turn this around. I think you guys have it. Yeah, you have a piece on that.
This is it?
Linda did accuse me of using her fork, but I want you to know I changed
found cake on this fork.
But we also agreed that we would share forks whenever we wanted to. But look at that in the inside. So, layer of pumpkin cake, layer of full cheesecake, layer of pumpkin cake, layer the toffee crunch on top. Look at Joey.
Oh, it's the best
Joey,
I've ever
you're in
tasted.
like a trance.
Isn't there something though about pumpkin that kind of balances the sweetness?
Yes,
That's what
totally.
I love about it.
Well, and actually, the great bakers know. That's why I always say, be careful. Go to where it's worth spending $10 more because you're not going to get the chemicals.
Right.
It's the pure butter and sugar, and you can totally tell the difference.
And the crunchy on top is like, whoa!
Oh, I know, right? It's just like that $1 million bonus.
It is.
And then, of course, 5-0 Donuts. I mean, come on. And they're opening a new location,
Where?
right by Napoli. The Italian restaurant that just in the glass, right in that strip right over there. That's right next to it. Yes. Yes. So pumpkin cheesecake filled yeast donut with graham cracker around the bottom, and then a pumpkin pie spiced cake donut. Oh wow! I know. Okay, now Morton's Market, and actually I remember years ago when I have a recipe for pumpkin cheesecake with a ginger snap crust because I love ginger snaps. But I stole the idea of, I never decorated a cheesecake, and I stole that idea of piping. And years ago in Boston, in my part of my dessert company, we made pumpkin ginger snap cheesecakes for clients all the time. And I swear I probably ate one a week, just I broke a piece. But of course, traditional pumpkin pie. And Joey, what you have over there is this unbelievable pumpkin mousse cake with a cinnamon buttercream, cinnamon glaze, so you're getting that cinnamon, and little sugar pearls. Aren't those fun on top?
It looks like it could be a wedding. It looks so beautiful. It could be a wedding cake.
It really could.
Yeah,
and
gorgeous.
that's so, as much as I love pie, and we all know I love pie, and there'll be numerous pie segments coming up soon, it is fun on Thanksgiving to have a cake choice as well. And then, of course, we can't think of pumpkin or pumpkin festivals without Yoder's, of course.
I'm in that line every Thanksgiving.
I know. And we'll have to team up, we'll have to I'll make sandwiches for you and Paul while you're waiting. So you have your traditional pumpkin custard, then you have your pumpkin cream pie, and of course pumpkin bread, pumpkin whoopie pies, and pumpkin spice cake. And a lot of these you can find not only in the restaurant, but over that little country market that they have.
Oh, right.
Make a great gift basket and do pumpkin spice almonds and pumpkin coffee and pumpkin bread. And so if you're going to somebody's house, you can make this beautiful array of a pumpkin theme.
Hostess gift.
Yeah. And if you come, will you dress as a pumpkin?
I will.
Pumpkin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And Joey, you'll be a pilgrim.
I have a question for you. When it comes to trying to replicate any of this at home, which of course I would fail at, but Canned pumpkin, is it worth it or should you?
Totally worth it. Okay, so these little babies I got over at Yoder's Produce Market, these are called pumpkin pie pumpkins, so you can roast them. It is easier to do like 8 of these instead of those huge ones. They're so hard to carve, and I don't want to risk my grate knives on them. I usually take my meat cleaver. But organic canned pumpkin is a great way to start. And I got to tell you, I got them for the cans for 99 cents at Whole Foods because our dogs eat canned pumpkin in their food too. So I get canned pumpkin all year round like
and
my
how
doggies.
far ahead should we, if we want to order pies for the holidays, how far ahead?
Great conversation. By November 1st, you should have all your orders in, including your turkeys, your roasts, and things like that. But I have already ordered the cake. I usually call November 1st. It's like my official kickoff to Thanksgiving.
That's a great tip because you do not want to miss out on these, and I'm sure that they sell out very quickly. Thank you, Judy.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
pumpkin stuff from all over the Suncoast. Lisa and Jeff, thank you both for joining us. We're going to dig into pumpkin. You take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.